Hey you! Welcome to our Pepto-Bismol waterfall of a library. We hope you're feeling good and gravid today because it's time to read the first 20 chapters of Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix. Now come on, sit down, take a seat, and let us you regale the tale of a bunch of pregnant women in 1970s Florida.
Welcome back to Perusing Stinky Tombs. Today we read Grady Hendrix's Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. This was a Billy pick today.
Oh, sorry. I got distracted. I was clipping my nasty, smelly toenails. Yes, unfortunately, I picked. And for once, Grady Hendrix did it. It's a book, and it's good.
One of the fun parts about perusing for me is if we pick a book and we end up actually liking it. I mean, we still have stuff to say, of course, but
of course.
Something about Grady Hendrix called out to us because of our previous interactions with Grady Hendrix's work.
I think you genuinely enjoy his work.
I love Grady Hendrix. I love How to Sell a Haunted House. It is. I love that book. It's dumb as fuck. It's just hokey, schlocky horror. Because you have a book about like, my mother has died, her house is filled with puppets, and oh god, the Joker puppet in her house is evil, and oh god, the Joker puppet is making me fight a 20-foot tall puppet kaiju in the rain.
Yeah, no, it's that book did not hit for me at all, if I'm honest. The thing is, I can't say I don't enjoy those books because I do enjoy reading them. But I enjoy them for the wrong reasons, not for the good ones.
Sorry, I'm blowing my nose. I was crying because you didn't enjoy How to Sell a Haunted House.
I don't know what to... I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Grady Hendrix. I'm sorry, 40-year-old white man.
I mean, if we really wanted to talk about bad Grady Hendrix, like... I think we took a shot in the dark because it was the newest Grady Hendrix, and I hated Final Girl Support Group, which is the book from Grady Hendrix that I absolutely despise.
That one, yeah, I haven't read that one yet. The thing is... I can't say I hate his books because I didn't realize he wrote My Best Friend's Exorcism, and I remember liking it okay. The movie was fucking awful, though.
I think that How to Sell a Haunted House was schlocky, and then I think Final Girl Support Group was very, very bad. And then the Witchcraft for Wayward Girls, I have thoughts, but for the most part, this first half that we have read for today's episode,
I think it's excellent.
I'm not going to say excellent. I would not give him excellent.
I really like it.
But I would say he handled the subject material so far pretty well. And I think that he wanted to be more respectful because of the content of the book.
Yeah, we'll get into the content of the book. I will say, like, probably content warning is in order because this book does deal with... Dude, this book does deal with some stuff that's
This book deals with sexual assault. And calling cigarettes bippies and farting
and pedophilia and
farting. Yeah,
it's it's
like an amuse-bouche. Here's your trigger warning. It's an amuse-bouche of triggers.
It's an amuse-bouche of triggers just for you.
Yeah, catch me at the gun store. Give me an amuse-bouche of triggers to blow my brains out with, sir.
Ooh la la. Yeah, I don't know. Because Grady Hendrix, I just looked it up. He's 53 right now. He's a 53 white man. And
he's 53 white men.
53 white men in a trench coat. I'm gonna be real. I thought he did. You could not really tell that it's written by a white man because it's so respectful. You can tell that he probably talked to a lot of women about, and he probably got a lot of editors that were women to go through the book to make sure that it was, good. And I think it's very good.
You needed to be respectful. You needed to be respectful of the subject material while also making sure that it is still horror.
I think the horror is very effective, but we'll get into that in a bit because Brendan.
Yeah.
It's that time. It's that time of the month where we get to talk about what we've been reading.
What have we been reading, Billy?
I'm drinking my big fucking bubbly, my giant gag cup of wine.
Your gug buck of wine.
My gug buck
of wine.
Of sparkly. What have you been reading? Am I okay? Dude, I think I have brain damage. What the fuck was that?
Oh God!
What have you been?
What have I been reading? Okay, so a big part of what I've been reading lately since we last spoke on the podcast, I read through a lot of the Malazan Book of the Fallen books. Again, they're grimdark fantasy. You got a lot of like different POVs, a lot of different characters. Big fuck God War. Really, really good. At one point, you got a spiders lady who is pissing on a rock to heal a guy with the power of the moon.
What?
You got like a fat guy who is the smartest man to ever exist, so gods be birthing children inside of his brain.
Dude, bitches be doing this shit all the time.
And then you have cool characters who are just, I'm really good at blowing stuff up. My name is Fiddler. I have bombs.
That sounds about right for the type of book.
Yeah, Malazan's really good. There's a lot to go into. It's got like very, very good world building.
How do you write Malazan?
Malazan, Malazan, Book of the Fallen.
Oh, with a Z, okay.
Yep. It's a really good, long, like epic. It is grimdark fantasy, so once again, it's got like heavy story implications. It's got like,
so it is not for me.
It's got. Well, I really like the characterization. It's just every once in a while, it's like, here's a character who is an evil cult pedophile. People are going to suffer because of him.
Yeah.
Versus
holy shit, 30 books, Malazan.
Well, 7.
That is
7 or 8.
Quite an
7 or
epic.
8. Not 30. Those are counting all of the translations. So, like, are you looking at it on Goodreads?
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I do know what you're looking at on Goodreads. Otherwise, like, tangentially related, shorter books, standalones. I read When the Wolf Comes Home, which was really good. I liked it a lot.
That one looks very interesting to me. I mean, obviously, because it's horror, and all I do is weed horror.
What if a woman, I'm in LA, I'm 30, I'm 32, 33 years old, I have a failing actress career, I work at a fucking shitty diner, I got stabbed by a needle behind a toilet, this all sucks, what horrible things are happening? Oh, I met this child who can bend reality with his fears. Oh, great.
Oh.
Now a werewolf is coming after me, and a giant Hydra monster is killing my friends. Oh God, now I have to run out into the woods. It's really good. It's very fast too, like very fastly paced. I will say the main character is into improv, so like,
oh no,
the book is it's built off of the properties of yes and, but it's not annoyingly so. I thought I would be annoyed by like the improv bits, like not improv bits, but like the references to improv. But it is.
Oh wow,
lock, stock, and barrel.
Short.
Yeah, it's
okay.
Short
It's
and
a
fast.
300. I love that. I feel like most horror books are better the shorter they are because they have good pacing, or at least better pacing.
Unlike the other two, the book I've read and the book I'm currently reading.
Okay, never mind. I mean, I don't know.
Buffalo Hunter is the other book that I finished. It is a horror book about an indigenous, he's a Blackfeet. The book is written in 2012 and in the 1800s, so he's referred to as a Blackfoot Indian. His name is Goodstab, and he's a vampire. He becomes a vampire.
Oh, okay.
And so the modern wraparound is awful. I hate it. But the actual like story about Goodstab, I really like, where it's just like, yeah, white people brought a vampire with them, and then the vampire the white people brought turned a Native American into a vampire, and now his story is being told via the lens of he is narrating his story to an ancestor of the modern wraparound character.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah, I'm telling you the story because I'm probably going to fucking kill you. And so it's like figuring out why he's telling the priest this story, and then also figuring out why the modern wraparound is terrible. It's like 40-year-old woman who is like, what did my ancestor do? I can't flip and believe this. But the actual like content of the story of Goodstab's story and the priest story is very good. I will say the current book I'm reading is King Sorrow.
King Sorrow.
Which you could look up the page count for that, but guess I'm reading a Stephen King son book. I'm reading a Joe Hill book.
Oh, wait. Oh, it's fucking okay. Well, I know that I've seen this book. I haven't read it yet.
I will tell you, it's Stephen King's son, and you know how you know is because he immediately is like, do you know character from Dead Zone book? Character from Dead Zone book. Yeah, I didn't vote for that guy.
I don't like that.
It's the Stephen King multiverse where you have to reference Greg Stilson from Dead Zone as a real character.
But he hasn't done that before. Why the fuck would he do that now?
I don't know, but I feel
At least I don't remember from all the Joe Hill that I've read. He's never done that where he references his father's work.
I would have to read more Joe Hill, but this is my first.
I read like 2 books. I read Nosferatu, and I read God, what was it called? In the Tall Grass. Was that Joe Hill under a pseudonym? I swear it was. Hold on, I need In the Tall Grass. In the Tall Grass.
That's just a Stephen King book with Joe Hill on it. It's both of them.
Oh, it was both of them. That's right. That's right. It was a collaboration.
I think my experience with King Sorrow is, wow, yeah, this is my first Joe Hill book, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is Stephen King's kid. I can tell.
Oh, dude, just if you ever get the chance to read fucking Nosferatu, you'll know immediately.
Oh yeah, I was saying it's 900 pages.
Oh, I did read The Fireman as well, and I thought The Fireman was kind of fucking boring.
I'll have to read more to
Very
decide.
slow.
But King Sorrow, good so far. Very, 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 very much Stephen King light. Like a lot of it is in it. And I'm wondering how much of that is going to be Joe Hill's work going into it. But I don't have enough experience in it yet, so I like it so far. But
I like Joe Hill a lot. I like Joe Hill quite a lot, but mostly
he made the
because
Grappler, right?
Yes, he did. Yeah, I think it was, what was it? Heart Shape Box? What was it? What was the fucking book that was
The Black Phone?
that was based on the Black Phone? Was it just the Black Phone?
I think wasn't it a short story?
Was it a short story?
I thought the Black Phone was a short story.
That's the thing with these guys. They just like they put out so many fucking books and short stories. You get lost in it, honestly. It might have been a short story. It was a short story, you're right. Oh my god, very short, 27 pages.
Yeah, I was pretty sure that it was based on like a short story. Yeah, they got the Grappler, and then they do a second movie where the Grappler grabs back. I get it. Yeah, Billy, that was my bulbous reading list. What have you been reading?
Because you guys won't shut the fuck up about it. You, Mandy, and Cameron always talk about Terry Pratchett. I'm gonna be real. I got kind of annoyed because of how often you would fucking bring it up, and I like in conversations or during like podcasts, and I was like, dude, I gotta just fucking read it already so that I can at least be part of the conversation. So I asked you which Terry Pratchett I should start with, and you told me to watch, or rather read the
City Watch.
City Watch, Guards, and it is fucking incredible. It's so good. Nobody sold the book well enough to me. Everybody just kept saying like it's good fantasy, and I'm gonna be real. I think fantasy is like the least of like the things that it does well.
It's good
it
and
so
funny fantasy. It's fucking funny. It's so fucking funny.
I probably like, obviously this is a book podcast, and the people reading this or rather listening to the girl reading this, they probably already know about Terry Pratchett like decently enough. They probably already read this, and if anything, this is to the person that has heard about Terry Pratchett but never actually read it because it's a fantasy book. Because I don't really like fantasy books usually because they're very dense and I don't know, I just find them boring.
They're thick with exposition.
They're just thick with exposition, not a lot. Like it feels like before they just have bad pacing usually. I'm gonna say it.
You don't like how fast they are. Horror books are fast by nature. In fantasy books, you have a lot that you have to set up depending on like the setting. So with fantasy books, you need that exposition to be able to set up what things are. And so you need like paragraphs of describing cities so that you can have a visual in your mind's eye of what's going on.
Sure.
So by nature, fantasy books have a lot more exposition. However, Terry Pratchett gets right into it. Ankh-Morpork is described via jokes.
But it's just such an interesting way to describe a city.
What are your thoughts
so
on what are your thoughts on the Pork Futures warehouse? Because that's one of my favorite bits.
The Pork Futures warehouse?
Yeah, I don't know if it's in one. I thought it was in Guards, but there's a bit where they talk about the Pork Futures warehouse where like the idea of pork apparates within the warehouse. So they don't like slaughter and kill pigs. Pork just appears because it's the idea of pork that will be.
I don't. I think it's in another book. I don't think it's in this one.
Anyway, what are your thoughts on Sergeant Detritus? Because he's one of my favorite characters.
Sergeant Detritus.
He's the guy who every time he says, "Don't salute," where he hits himself in the head.
Which one is this?
Oh, maybe he doesn't show up until the second book.
I don't. I'm gonna be real. I think you just.
I'm mixing. I've read all of the.
I don't know who that is.
Well, you also get the two idiots. We love the two idiots.
Captain Knobs.
Knob.
Sergeant Colon.
Yep, Colon and Knobs. We love our two idiots.
Sergeant Captain Vimes, Carrot, the librarian. Dude, the jokes that he writes with the fucking monkey librarian. Peak, amazing, beautiful.
We love the chimpanzee. We love the chimpanzee who gets you're part of the watch. Fuck you.
I know, and they just give this motherfucker, get this guy in the fucking guard. So good. I really like it. I've also been reading. I'm sorry, fellas. I did it again. It's a visual novel. I'm going to talk about a visual novel. It's called 428 Shibuya Scramble. This is, I will say, you could probably make a book version of this very easily because it is purely text. It is just the only thing added really is a very tiny gameplay thing where you can switch from one character to the other.
Oh, that's the one that whenever I see it, I'm like, is this an Exit 8 story?
It's really good, man.
I love looking at the Steam page. One of the final screenshots is a man just with a banana hanging in front of him, and he's just, I'm fine, thanks.
It's really fucking funny. It's a detective mystery about a missing woman. It's so funny and it's so serious, and there's some times where it's just like, it's genuinely chilling and scary, but then it goes back to being really fucking funny. It's good. It's really good. I like it a lot. There's also some funny deaths in there. I like it. Good thing. Yeah. It's probably my favorite visual novel I've played in forever. Speaking of visual novels, because I close my eyes and I see the characters from the book.
We got to talk about Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix.
Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. Take it away, me. We start this book with some quotes from women's and health magazines about women and pregnancy. I especially like this passage right here. This is literally the first line of the book. The average unwed mother is a young moron. And that sets up everything that comes after. Very well, I might add.
I like these quotes that open up the book. I like that they're arranged in time as well, where like just slowly but surely it just sets up like your kind of expectations for this will be a book about pregnant women.
Yeah, I didn't expect what exactly it was about, though, if I'm honest, because I didn't even know this was a part of American history.
Yeah, so back in the old days,
for context, yeah,
back in the old days in American history, if you had a daughter that was promiscuous and she was under the age of if she was under 18 and unwed, people would send off their kids to these pregnancy like boot camps, basically, where women would go there, they'd have the baby, they'd come back home and tell people, I was at my aunt's. Oh no, I don't know what you're talking about. I was at my aunt's over the summer, right?
Yeah, I was at my aunt's over the summer, and the house would put the baby up for adoption.
And this was more of an affluent people thing. Like
at least from what all the characters seem to be from good homes.
It's like affluent homes and upper middle class homes,
very Christian homes.
Yeah, like
as well. Like religion is all over this book.
Yeah, like you can go in my family dating back, and nobody gave a shit about like, oh, you got pregnant. Okay, well, we're raising the baby. Like I'm a teenage birth. Like I'm a teenage baby. From like the 90s,
70s.
Like,
this is,
and even if you go back into the 70s, I have relatives that are all teenage babies. They were all teenage babies. Like I have a very young family. They did not care. So this is a very Christian. We're sending you to Florida to get your bippies and start fucking farting while eating tins of disgusting fish. And then you come home and we pretend the baby never exists.
We start 26 week into the pregnancy on May 1970, chapter 1. The Sunshine State, Florida. We start with Neva being driven to the home by her father. She tried to have a home abortion, but it did not work. Her family figured her out, and they sent her over to the home.
Yeah, this first chapter is very, very... Her dad sucks. And this is what you're going to learn, like, in the first 2 chapters, is how much her dad is just, like...
a monster.
He's silent, he's raging, he's just behind the fucking wheel. She's trying to make conversation. She's like, Dad, you like sci-fi? What about the Planet of the Apes? And he's just, God fucking, you ruined your mother's health. You fucking ruined her family. Fuck you. Go get a Whopper.
I don't know about you, but to me, everything about this first chapter, like setting up everything that's happening to Neva, the main character, was just absolutely fucking horrifying to me. She is just manipulated by her entire family. She loses all autonomy.
Yeah, she loses all bodily autonomy, and her dad is just basically berating her the entire time while they're driving from, I believe, is it Alabama that they live in? They're basically just going from their home state, driving her all the way to this home in Florida, and she's thinking about like the guy that got her pregnant, Pregante. She's thinking about her family, her fucking chud aunt being miserly and awful, and then the very end really stuck out to me. for chapter 1, where she needs to go to a gas station and the dad is so embarrassed by his pregnant daughter that he spits all over his hands, gets it all gooey, and then slips the wedding ring off. He took a quick look to make sure nobody was watching, then put his entire ring finger in his mouth, slicked it with spit, and worked his wedding ring off of his knuckles. He handed it to her warm and wet, and she slid it over her ring finger, then opened the door and hauled herself out of the car because she needed to go to the bathroom and he didn't want to be embarrassed. Because you didn't want to see a pregnant woman without a wedding ring.
Earlier in the chapter, when they go to Burger King and people notice that she doesn't have a wedding ring on her finger, but she is pregnant, she gets some pretty nasty glances from people. And that really upsets her father.
Yep.
Chapter 2.
Yeah, going into chapter 2, this is going to be an introduction to the house, an introduction to the girls.
The home for unwed mothers.
Welcome to Florida. It's hot, humid, sticky, and people are smoking bippies up above. Is this our first interaction with Rose, I think?
I believe so, because I think Rose is the first character to actually show her around, I think.
Yeah, I think Rose is sitting.
I will say the reason why we're going, was that character? Was this that character? It's because like the first 3 chapters, this is like the biggest problem with this book. Grady Hendrix just introduces like
woman
dead
after
30
woman after woman after woman,
30 fucking characters, and he tries to give them all like a quirk so that you remember them by. Like one is able to predict fucking what gender the baby is going to be, the other one loves dogs, the other one is like, they all have a quirk, but it's really not enough to remember them by, especially because we're like 20 pages in and there's already 30 women that we have to remember. It's so daunting, man.
It is, because of the nature of the unwed mother house, because it's supposed to be women coming in and out. I think he's trying to use the constant character introductions as an idea of, you are in and out of this life. This is just nine or so months of your life. So we're going to introduce these characters and have them going in and out. But it's so much like, here's Hetty, here's Nettie, here's Betty, here's Sleddy, here's Gretty, here's Teddy. Or Bobby.
I do get the...
or Bobby, I'm pregnant, Bobby. Bobby, I need my dippies, Bobby.
Teddy, no.
Bobby, I'm so bulbous, Bobby. I'm gravid as hell.
Teddy!
Teddy, you're ruining the family, Teddy. We got to send you off to the home for unwed mothers, Teddy. You can't get pregante, Teddy.
Rotoscope Teddy giving birth. Anyways, I do get what you mean though about like why he would choose to do this stylistically, because it does give the feeling through the book, like people go in, people come out. You get so many names of women that are in and out of the home,
because
and it's really hard to keep track of it. Hard to keep track of it. That's the point, right?
The point is too, like, this is one of the main bits. So our character is Neva, and we meet Rose. In this chapter is, I believe, they're introducing Rose and Daisy, and you get a new name when you join the home, so that nobody remembers or knows who you are. So you get a brand new name.
Yep.
And
you get assigned a new name so that people can't track you after the fact. They take away your identity while you're at the home, which is another horrifying fucking thing.
Yep, and this chapter is kind of a lot of character introductions. So you're meeting the Mrs. Richard Nixon. Mrs.
Richard Nixon is fucking awesome. I love that. Her thick blue hair was piled in a high bouffant, and she looked exactly like President Nixon. Excuse me, blue-haired President Nixon? Yeah, fucking right.
Oh my God, I just realized. I didn't even, you know what? I didn't even track that her hair was blue. She's just Marge. Wait, what the fuck?
Which character is this? Who's Mrs.
Is that
Nixon?
Mrs. Wellwood? Is that Mrs. Wellwood?
Oh no, it's Miss Wellwood. You're right. It's just it's Miss
No. Mrs. Deckel is Mrs. Richard Nixon.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's the Mrs. Wellwood is really a tall gray lady. She's Slender Man, collected by 8 pregnancies.
I also didn't even realize that she had blue hair. What the? I just read that now. What the fuck?
I didn't know Mrs. Deckel had blue hair, and then I'm just like, I knew Wellwood. Like Wellwood I thought of as a tall gray lady, because I just imagined like a businesswoman like wearing gray suits. Just I love the taste of warm, wet meat in my mouth.
Proper.
She looked like a piece. Because Wellwood's description is she looked like a piece of office equipment. What does that mean, dude? From her short gray hair
there's
to her hard gray eyes.
There are some Gradyisms in this one. I will
Grady
tell
Hendrix
you.
describes things with, she looked like a bird you'd see in the sky sometimes, and it makes you go, huh? What do you mean she looked like office equipment?
What are you talking about?
Like a fax machine? She was as wide as a fax machine, and when I put paper in her, she went, brrr. I mean, I get it. It's got like a vibe to it. I get like the vibe you're trying to go for. But every once in a while, Grady Hendrix says something and it makes you go, "What the fuck are you on about? What is Blood on about?"
Well, I like this moment where where Neva is introducing herself to the other girls, and as she's about to say her real name, one of the girls, who I believe is, I don't think it's Rose. I don't know which character it is at this point. It is Rose.
It is Rose. Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Wait, no, the bookworm said to Rose, "Who the fuck is the bookworm?"
Immediately, the bookworm's eyes went wide behind her glasses, and she mashed her fingers over Neva's lips. Don't.
She said her fingers tasted salty. That's what I imagine when that happened. Just like she's like, "Don't!" Shoves her fucking fingers and starts. Yeah, they just go through. They go through the house. Yada yada yada. Her dad said that he would go and say goodbye before he leaves, but he's so pissed he just leaves, and it leaves Fern, who is now
Neva,
who is now Fern, and for the rest of the book, her name will be Fern. Just to not confuse things, her name for the rest of the book, at least until up to where we got to, her name is now Fern.
Can I say, even though this is the 70s, I keep reading dialogue in a transatlantic accent because of this dialogue from Rose right here. "This is a congregation room where we congregate," Rose said. "Your basic boob tube, record play if you like Perry Como, jigsaw puzzles. You like jigsaw puzzles? Because you could jig and saw your life away in here."
Oh, man. Everybody talks like that in this book. There's some choice stuff like, "Oh, let's go watch the boob tube, see?
Let's go watch the boob tube and smoke our bippies, see? Everybody smokes cigarettes in here. We all call them bippies, you see. We're always bipping and bopping around here." It's the 70s. It's
the 70s. It's roaring. It's crazy.
It's the roaring 70s.
Chapter 3. Mrs. Wellwood explains the rules of Wellwood House and gives Neva the name Fern from Baltimore, because I think she changes her her hometown.
Well, yeah, to keep everybody safe.
I think
it's Wellwood's Garden of Girls.
Because Fern is not from Baltimore, but
you are from Baltimore. We don't have any girls from Baltimore at the moment.
This is also the first time that the Pepto-Bismol waterfall comes up, which is such a weird fucking Gradyism. It's to describe a hot pink staircase in the house, and it looks like a Pepto-Bismol waterfall. And Pepto-Bismol waterfall gets brought up so fucking often throughout the book. It's a fun little drinking game if you're reading at home, I think.
We get a lot of Wellwood. Here's Wellwood. Here's your descriptors. You have to follow these rules. You eat egg when I tell you to eat egg. Directly into, I think, room setup, right? Like room and introduce
room setup.
Yeah, just here's your room. Get used to it, loser.
Yep, and it just goes straight into chapter 4.
Oh, don't forget about Rose. We got to talk about Rose a little bit, because now we're getting hot and heavy into Rose's character. Rose is, let's see. There's Fern. There's Rose. There's the little one.
Holly.
Yep, there's Holly.
She's the youngest girl at the.
And then Zinnia. I think those are your 4 main girls. Nope. Is this
Zinnia is not there yet?
No.
Zinnia
But I'm saying, I'm just saying, like,
the
these are your 4 main girls. Is Fern, Rose, Holly, and Zinnia are your 4 main girls, and Rose is annoying. She's
like the typical hippie.
Throughout fascist, the book, she gets stop it, fascist. Yeah. Well, my problem with Rose is it's such a character contrast where sometimes she speaks like hey, get your bippies over here, you see, and don't let the man get you down, brother, until the boob tube turns on. It's like she's flipping between transatlantic 1920s bootlegger.
Channels. Yeah.
She's like a 1920s bootlegger and a hippie.
Yeah.
Is chapter 4, do we start getting the fucking farting in here?
I don't know, because I thought you were the one that was going to take notes for chapter 4, because you told me.
Well, I can't remember exactly when the farting happens. Like, this is very much, it's time for us to kind of figure out dinner, figure out some more rules around the house. learning like the history of the home. You've got a lot of girls in this. Daisy and Hazel are two of the lot of girls. I think Daisy is the big bulbous one. Hazel is the aforementioned bookworm.
Daisy is the short brunette with buck teeth and the girl with the haystack hair.
But a lot of it is, gracious God, we've sinned. Here's our fucking, you're eating. You got to like apologize to God for getting pregnant.
We also get the introduction of one of the more villainous people in the book. Dr. Vincent shows up during dinner to give a spiel.
Oh yeah, that's true, because I got fucking goog-nuked by the fact that they keep talking about the fucking Corningware and their spin. It's the food descriptions that really get me in this book. That are like
fucking nasty.
They're nasty.
They're nasty.
I think the food is some of the most preeminent horror in this book. Let me read the girls passed the Corningware up and down the table, spooning out piles of yellow squash and lima beans. Fern noticed that each girl had a different number of fried eggs on her hash. Daisy had 1, Hazel had 2, Flora had none.
At one point, I can't remember. They're just like there's just 2 girls arguing, and one of them just goes, "So stick that in your funkin' wagnalls." What the fuck is a funkin' wagnalls, Brendan?
Who's what?
Funkin' wagnalls.
Where the fuck? What fucking page is Funkin' Wagnalls on?
44. Funkin' wagnalls.
Oh, that's right. I'm on 43. Let me see.
Stick it in your funkin' wagnalls. Oh, it's an encyclopedia.
Well, I didn't think Myrtle was the bookworm. Wasn't Hazel the bookworm? Is Myrtle like this is the problem with too many characters. I'm trying to understand what reference he's making, because there's too many pregnant women in this.
It gets easier later. Also,
well, once we figure out
who the fuck is Myrtle?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Which one is Myrtle? Why do I remember Myrtle? I thought she was an adult. Bro, I don't know anymore.
There's too many pregnant women. Yeah, we get Dr. Vincent. He comes in because Daisy went toxic, which is a term that he uses because she had too much sodium. Dr. Vincent is basically trying to treat these pregnant women like they're dials on the boob tube, making sure that they're set exactly right before they pop.
Yeah.
Like, he's a fucking freak. He's trying to basically hyper control their diets, their attitude, the way that they walk, the way that they talk, the way that their face disintegrates into chalk.
Nice.
They only get a smidgen of him here. Plus, he's bald and creepy and old, and they keep talking about how bald he is. And he's bald and he feeds them eggs.
Oh, Brendan, this is the one. This is the chapter.
Oh no.
So at night, the first night, this is the 3 women that are bunking. Yes. Yeah, the 3 women that are bunking together. It's the child. It's Holly,
Fern, and Rose.
Fern and Rose, the hippie, the loud hippie.
Oh yeah, Fern is thinking about her siblings, Midge and Chip.
This entire part is insane because she's just talking about Midge and Chips the entire fucking time.
Midge and Chips.
And then... Do you want to read it?
Back home, Midge and Chip would be getting ready for bed, and Dad would have his blueprints spread across the dining room table, working them with a slide rule, and Mom would be washing dishes, and Fern wanted everything to go back to a long, low foghorn sounded from the other side of the room. Fern couldn't believe it, but there was nothing else it could be. It was Rose passing gas for a really long time. A really long time. Finally, it sputtered out. Fern hated this. She didn't like being stuck with a girl who didn't talk and carried a stuffed animal around, and Rose, who was rude, only ever talked about American imperialism and police brutality. Every second she was here, she felt in real life something. Another foghorn sounded, going on and on, climbing in pitch until Fern thought it couldn't go any higher. Then it stuttered to a stop. Oh, pardon me. This wasn't her real life. Her real life was back in a squeaky one this time, high-pitched like a mouse screaming. Fern tried to recapture her train of thought. She knew her dad hated her, but maybe she could call a long, flappy trumpet echoed off the walls. Now you're doing it on purpose, Fern wailed, her voice cracking. Rose let go another one, long and low, that ended with a flippy flap. Oops, she said.
Fern started to cry.
Bro, fucking farting.
Fuck? What the fuck? What?
Oh, I forget. Real quick, before the farting, this is also the chapter that introduces the bippies.
It is. Oh, it is. You're so right.
This is right after the dinner table scene where it's just kind of it's Fern exploring the house, learning about 1 million, the 1,000, 2,000, 8,000 girls that live here. Burn me a bippy, they said. Can I bum a bippy?
Get used to bippies.
I've never heard a cigarette called a fucking bippy in my fucking life. And I've read I've read so much Stephen King.
It might be a 70s thing. I don't know because
I'm looking it up right now. I'm finally doing it. I'm cracking the 1960s America and initiate. Oh no, because it's like a cigarette butt. No, bippy meant ass. Because you bet your bippy,
butt?
you bet your ass.
You bet your bottom bippy?
What is with the fucking farting? Not only do you fart, but your cigarettes are named after butts.
What? I just don't get why there's an entire fucking part where Fern is getting tormented by Rose, who is just farting at her to fuck with her. I mean, I get it.
To be fair,
I know that pregnant women do be farting. They do be farting.
And you have to remember, Dr. Vincent is giving them so much fucking egg. They do eat so many eggs. I think he just likes a gassy house. I think he just wants the house. He doesn't even want to help their baby. I think he just wants the house to be gassy.
That's awful.
The incredibly gassy bippy, dude. It's
Chapter 5. Please move on from the fart.
Farting and bipping.
Chapter 5 is when Fern has her first clinic with Dr. Vincent. We did say content warning, and we did. This is hard. This is a hard read. It's very, very horrifying. She gets everything checked. How do I even say this without being vulgar?
Back in the day for like women's health, and I think still to this day, gynecologists will strap women up in the fucking pommel horse, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a bit more respectful nowadays because
what happens on your fucking doctor and depends on where you live.
Sure.
Like
I'm sure. But here she gets given drugs when she asks what the pills are, basically tells her to shut the fuck up and to just take them. And then I don't know how to describe it. It's without getting like
Dr. Vincent not only is like very clinical about everything and very like gross in a very cold and sterile way, but also the way that he goes about it is he's just trying to fucking rush her through. It's like the McDonald's gynecologist. He's just like, order up.
He opens her up. She is not ready for it. It has a lot of
there is no bedside manner with Dr. Vincent. No. He is get in, get out of here.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And then she goes to see Diane, the social worker.
Well, stared up at the Pepto-Bismol waterfall again.
Sorry. Oh, my bad. Oh, God. Yeah, Diane at first seems like a great person. Diane is
meant to feel that though. Like she's the social worker who's supposed to be like, I'm down with the clown. She even jokes about what just happened with the doctor with Fern, where she's like, oh yeah, he has like very cold hands, so it's super uncomfortable. Everybody calls him polar bear paws. And then she basically kind of manipulates her into saying that she'll sign away the baby.
She wants to sign away the baby.
She wants to surrender the baby, yeah.
When she gives the papers for the adoptions papers to Fern, her dad already signed them. So that's awful. That's horrific.
Diane also has that annoying speech pattern of people who are trying to be manipulative but bad at it.
Yeah.
Where she constantly overuses modern slang.
She does, yeah.
Where she's like, oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, it's no sweat. That's a heavy scene.
That's a heavy scene. You know.
On the level, heavy scene. Freaking, I get what you're saying, man. Spill the beans. Spit.
27 weeks into Fern's pregnancy and into chapter 6.
Yep, Fern is kind of getting mechanical into her day-to-day routine. You know, it's the girls are stitching maternity clothes, stitching curtains. She's getting into the chores with all the girls. Miriam is Hagar's sister. I think this is the cook and I think it's two of the help. Like, I don't remember a lot of Miriam and Hagar in this first bit because I think Hagar the cook.
Hagar is the cook.
Hagar is the cook, and then Miriam is just kind of walking around making sure that all the girls do all their chores.
I'm gonna be real. I didn't even know there was a character called Miriam until you just mentioned it. There's so much going on.
There's so much, and it's I'd say it's maybe my biggest bippy with this book, my biggest ass with this book. Once again, reiterating that. In general, there are almost too many characters that we do not need to know about. It's really just a lot of this chapter. Really, it's just a lot of the girls. Straight up, like, it's just describing more of the fucking girls. Tansy had been a ballerina, but when she turned 13, she had a growth spurt. Jasmine's trip was astrology. Iris wore pink frosted lip gloss. Daisy was getting a puppy. Flora was a champion baton twirler. Myrtle had memorized the TV schedule. Laurel was a Scorpio. Brioni complained she didn't have a PF. It's literally this character.
Too much, man. Too much. There are a few things that I found pretty funny. I love that at one point somebody says that if the girls have a bad diet, they're gonna pop out an idiocy baby, and I thought that shit was so fucking funny. They all say that while eating hot dog salad. Yum yum.
The food is so fucking gross.
It's nasty. They also mention the loneliness of Bigfoot, but more importantly, they mention Montreal, baby. Woo!
You finally get it. You finally get your fucking Canada.
I get my one Canada, bro. Whoa!
This is also the chapter where we learn that Rose does not want to surrender her baby.
She even named the baby
Blossom,
and she is talking about going on a farm, everything. We don't get any of her past at all. We just get her future plans, and that's about it.
Clementine was ravenous for butter. I had highlighted that because I laughed when I read that. Not only is the horror about, like, later on, like, we are 75 pages in and there's nary a mention of witchcraft. It is a bit of a slow burn at the start. I feel like the first quadrant.
The first mention of witchcraft is like chapter 10?
It's a bit late. It's
chapter 10 into a book with about 38 chapters, I think. I don't remember how many chapters there are.
Yeah, a lot of these chapters are very setting up, like, not just the horror of the world, but like the horror of pregnancy, like how it changes your body, how it mutates your body. Yeah,
and how the home where they are at is kind of just taking away their autonomy as people.
Yep, basically you are slow-moving machines, and for 9 months you will be here, you will work, you will eat hot dog salad, smoke bippies, and then you will go home and pretend it never happened.
Bippy by bippy, you will have this pregnancy. Chapter 7. Someone stole Myrtle's DS, and she's pissed.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I did get really confused when I read that.
I also did. I was like,
I thought you were like, what the fuck? You can't play Mario?
She can't play fucking Mario 64 DS right now. She's pissed. She was so close to the Yoshis. No, dietary supplement, dummy.
DS is an acronym for dietary supplement. It's what they call their food stash.
Yeah. Rose fucks with her, says that private property is theft. They get into a big fight. Then Rose gets her bippies stolen, and then it starts another big fucking fight.
And everybody thinks it's Rose, and Rose thinks it's I think it's like somebody getting back at Rose for like the DS, and then it's actually Fern stole the DS and Holly stole the cigarettes. Yeah,
zing! You got zapped.
I sometimes Grady Hendrix, man.
I know.
Sometimes, man.
I know.
As sometimes these characters talk like real humans, and then they'll go, "Zing! You got zapped, Bond. Looks like somebody took your bippies, huh?"
Yeah. This is also when we learn about the scary hippies in the woods, and Holly and Fern hang out on the bench, and they have their first moment where they talk to. Do they even talk? I don't think they even talk. Because there are a few moments before then where Fern tries to like take care of her Holly like she's a little sister, because she is quite young for being pregnant and in this home for wayward girls.
Mm-hmm. Page 84 is also when we get our first horror.
Proper horror. And it's not paranormal or anything like that. That's the thing with this book. A lot of the horror isn't actually from the fact that there are witches or anything like that.
In the first part we have read so far, the book is very
the horror is just the way that these people are treated.
Yeah, this is Myrtle, the character who got her DS stolen. This is kind of the reason that Myrtle is like introduced and then kind of reinforced in this chapter, is because she has a miscarriage. Fern walks in while she is miscarrying, and it's written in a gruesome way.
It's disturbing, honestly. It's hard to read.
It's disturbing, and then it ends with Fern pissing her pants and then screaming.
It's very intense. Honestly, it's very stressful. This whole part of the chapter is very, very stressful to read throughout. Chapter 8, our final character arrives. Zinnia.
Yeah, we do meet Zinnia. Zinnia is one of the main four. She comes in and her mom is like super rich. The girl wore a pink Empire dress like Jackie Kennedy and white gloves. If she had a long drive, it didn't show. Her mother was tall and wore a light green and white check dress with a high collar and green pillbox hat. Both of them were colored. So Zinnia is the black character.
I thought that, I mean, so far it hasn't come up much, but I thought that it would lead into talking about racism at some point. So far that hasn't come up. I don't remember, at least.
Aside from like, I mean, it's the 70s, so they're using the term colored.
Yeah.
A lot. Like,
yeah, but she is not treated any differently from anybody else, which I mean, I guess you could say that the reason why it's like that is because her parents are probably paying a shit ton of money. So,
well, I think Zinnia, out of all like the introductions, I think her family is supposed to be incredibly wealthy.
Yeah, it sounds like she's incredibly,
because she comes in, she's meant to be like super wealthy, like basically like a prodigy. She's into the piano, so she's just being dropped off. It's like you made one big mistake. You go here and you, like all the girls, you made a big mistake.
Pop that thing out.
Pop that thing out and freaking go home.
That's pretty much it. This is a very short chapter.
Oh, this is where Fern is excited because all of the other girls, nobody likes to read, and Zinnia is educated.
Yeah, she is educated.
And mentions like Rosemary's Baby.
Yes.
The book.
Everybody thinks that when she mentions Rosemary's Baby, she's talking about the movie, but Zinnia knows that it was a book first. Oh my God.
This is to set up Fern's excited because her dad was really into sci-fi novels and Fern was a big reader. So a big thing throughout the book, and this is the reason why we get into Witchcraft, is there's not a lot to read in the Home for Wayward Girls and Unwed Mothers. Like a lot of the books end up being like, this is why you are wrong for having a baby. You're an idiot. Here's an encyclopedia. Here's the foot book.
That's why it leads directly. I just realized what you said. That leads directly into chapter 9, the Bookmobile. Yeah! They go fucking insane for the Bookmobile. They fucking love that thing, brother.
Another Pepto-Bismol waterfall remark on 106. You know, after you brought it up, I don't think I realized how often they only call the staircase the Pepto-Bismol waterfall.
It's constantly. The Bookmobile, this is when Fern is so excited about the Bookmobile. She's so excited about getting new books because they don't have many.
Unfortunately for her, the woke blue-haired Mrs. Deckel says no to books.
She says no to many a book.
She says, no, you can't read In Cold Blood. No, you can't read I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. No, you can't read The Valley of the Dolls. No, you can't read The Andromeda Strain.
This is when we meet the librarian, Miss Parse, who helps her with her bladder.
Oh, yeah, your baby needs to shift. He's sitting on your bladder. Look at me.
Your baby needs to shift. She grabs hold of Fern's tummy and just kind of grabs the baby and shifts it around.
She just starts fucking jiggling the baby inside. She touches her bulbous belly and says, I am shifting your baby 1 quadrant to the left.
Yeah, and now she doesn't have to pee anymore. She doesn't have to pee anymore. But then, as the stress of picking a book, it keeps going and mounting the pressure. Fern wants a book, but she doesn't know what she wants. And then she gets
here's a cheap paperback.
Here's a cheap, shitty paperback. I think it'll be helpful for you. What could it be? I don't know. Time for chapter 10.
Oh, real quick, wanted to mention toilet in the bathroom had a pink fuzzy lid. Thought that was era appropriate that they had the awful fuzzy like toilet cover.
Oh, they have fuzzy lid. Have you ever had to like my grandma had a fuzzy lid?
Okay, so I loved my great grandparents. We would go to their house all the time because it was my grandma's dad.
Yeah.
And we go to their house. I'd get banana nut bread. I'd watch the McDonald's VHS tape in the side room because they had them. They had 8 tracks I would play with, but their bathroom was fully carpeted. Carpeted, Billy.
Awful.
And when I say fully carpeted, I mean they had gotten it custom made. So the carpet went up onto the toilet seat lid so that the toilet was covered entirely in carpet as well. Like it went up from the floor onto the toilet, like it leached onto the toilet, and then the toilet seat lid had the same carpet covering on the top of it.
The new generation doesn't understand how lucky they are that Gam Gam's not gonna have a fuzzy fucking lid.
Gam Gam has the fuzzy toilet and the fuzzy bathroom that is full of delightful mold.
I hated when I was a kid going to my grandma's house and I was like, I gotta shit, and I would, you sit on a fuzzy, extremely warm lid, and I don't know, man, it's just nasty, just nasty, Brendan, disgusting. Chapter 10, someone's a doubting Thomas. We learn that the paperback that Fern was given by Miss Parcay is How to Be a Groovy Witch by Etnatus. Do you get it, Brendan?
Oh, yep. This is the How to Be a Groovy Witch. Zinnia has this problem with Lemon Pledge, which is, I think we learn why fully later, which is it's
Lysol.
It's Lysol. It's
lemon Lysol, yeah.
I believe there is a character reason for why, but
it is. There is.
Yeah, there is a.
Because they're trying to wash the bathrooms, and she keeps vomiting.
Yep, and so they find a spell called Turnabout in this grody paperback.
Yeah. Do you get it though, Brendan? Etnatus. The Satan?
I got it.
The Satan, Brendan, the Satan.
By Ethnatus, the Satan. Yeah, it's Grady Hendrix being like, they're never gonna get this one.
Yep. So they go through the four main girls go through the book and they find the Turnabout spell.
Your first hit is free. Yeah, so they're trying to essentially what they do is they take Zinnia's queasiness in this chapter, put it into an egg, and then give her queasiness to Dr. Vincent.
This is the first time we get like a proper spell or any paranormal stuff in this book. I get maybe the baby shifting. I don't know. Baby shifting was probably a real thing. I don't know. I'm a white man. I'm gay. So I'm never gonna know. So they curse Dr. Vincent. I think Fern is going to go see Dr. Vincent for an appointment or something.
Yep, and with the Turnabout spell, it allows anything they do to Zinnia
to happen to Vincent. Dr. Vincent.
So they put like pine sol directly under Zinnia's nose, and Vincent starts spewing.
No, Brendan, she doesn't spew. She Ralphs.
He Ralphs. There is so much vomit in this
fucking gunk and just literally fucking everywhere. It's actually it's kind of cartoony.
It literally is. Fern saw his cheeks bulge as he hit the point of no return. Brown water spurted out around his handkerchief.
Vomit blast 420, my guy.
He dropped it to the floor with a wet smack. Liquid dripped from his chin as he tried to figure out what was happening to his body. He fire hosed his desk is one.
It's disgusting.
It's like
man.
I'm thinking of it like Scary Movie 2 when they're throwing up, but it's just a deluge. It's a torrent of comedy vomit.
I mean, it's kind of written like it's comedy vomit. I don't think that was the intent, but that's kind of how it came out.
Brother, he's hitting the Dr. Octagonopus. Blur.
And that leads us into chapter 11. Zinnia feels better. It actually worked. They did it, bro. They did witchcraft, and they're so pumped. They're talking about rebellion, how they're gonna use the book to fix all the wrongs and all the things that are happening because everything's fucked up. Everything is fucked.
And then they can't find anything in the fucking book.
No, the book is just full of really fucking stupid spells like skin cream or whatever. Like
and
make your skin
summon him.
soft and awesome. Yeah, I think that's the only spell that they read where they're like, what the hell? Summon whom? They pretty much give up on that plan when they go into chapter 12.
Sometimes the Gradyisms are so they're outside.
I know which one.
They're working outside. And so there's a smoke shack, which I got confused by, but it's sometimes they didn't even notice until fire ants were crawling down to the inside of their socks, gnawing their ankles. Huge flying grasshoppers knocked into their face hard as golf balls. The black flies didn't bother anyone if they stayed in the middle of the yard, but if a girl got too close to the tree line, she'd be immediately swarmed by a cloud of them, crawling up her nose and into her mouth, and the only thing she could do was run for the smoke shack and hide until they went away. And so, I'm just imagining them hanging out, working out in the hot sun, being assaulted by 1 billion different kinds of bugs, and then they got to run and start smoking bippies in the smoke shack. I wrote down, some of this reads like a detective novel. Hagar opened cans of tuna like they'd done something to her mother and dumped them in the blender where Holly was slopping in cans of cream of mushroom soup. They opened cans of tuna like they dumped something to her mother? How do you open cans of tuna violently?
I love this one. The fucking Fern is like sweating bullets because it's hot as balls in Florida, and she just gets yelled at by Hagar. Don't drip your perspiration in my salad dressing. Okay, Brendan, I have a note here and I don't know what it means. Eels up your vagina?
What?
What does that mean?
Why did you write that?
Up your vagina.
I don't know. My next note is 136. Just when she thought she was following a chain of thought, there came a dash or a semicolon or a parenthesis, and some new line of thought raced off in a different direction, and she was lost all over again. And I thought there was a dog shit sentence. Eels. Oh, wait a minute. I found it. Yeah. Page 135.
I found the eels. Okay. Yeah.
You could do, she said, except for the glass eels. I've been birthing babies all my life, and I always tell my expecting ladies, don't go swimming in that river because glass eels will sniff out your double heartbeat. They'll swim up your private, slick as glass. You won't feel them till they're biting the baby and laying their eggs.
Yeah. Okay. This is the chapter where they go to the lake.
River?
They talk about wanting to go to the lake.
I thought it was a river. Is it a lake or a river? No, it's a river.
River? Oh, okay. My man. Yeah. They at night there are two. Is it one dog at that point? Just one black dog.
The big black dog is waiting for them.
Yeah. Because they're just awake at night. I don't remember exactly why. They're just awake, and a black dog leads them. Into
I did make a note here. Fern stepped into the hall. Holly and the dog were already trotting downstairs, like they'd make plans to play tennis. What? Is it because they're making a racket? But I mean, I don't think they're making a racket because nobody else.
Because they're making a racket.
But they're not making a racket.
No fucking way. That's why they get to the river, and there's a chewy odor outside, which I've never heard chewy odor in my life. But I say that, but I immediately understand what you mean by chewy odor. So I guess. Makes sense.
I thought Chewy odor was something that I got when I bought my cats a tweet. I got it from Chewy, so I thought that was a Chewy odor.
They go into the lake and they just kind of hang out there, take a dip. And chapter 13 is when we start talking about everybody's pasts. Specifically, I think Zinnia is the main one that we learn about in this one, where she talks about the Lysol douche.
Yep. That is
Yep. So when her mother found out that she was with child, her mother went to the store and came back with lemon Lysol and gave her a douche abortion in her bathtub. And that's why whenever she smells lemon Lysol, she vomits. It's written in it's horrific. It's just absolutely horrific.
Yep. Rose talks about her bippy baby daddy.
Yeah.
Who's just a rich boy who was telling her that he loved her. And then when she found that she was pregnant and called, they said, nah, we don't know what you're talking about. Fucking leave. The Sinclair boy.
Yeah. The Sinclair boy. And there was something about the price of her. Do you remember that?
Well, it was they sent him away because the Sinclair, the rich kid, wanted to go off and be on his own and be away from his family, and essentially he was like, no, I love her, and so they sent him off to, I believe, LA, just as here's some fucking money, go and live your artistic dreams and forget that you got this girl pregnant.
She mentions how that's the price of that's how much she's worth as a person. And that's when the librarian appears next to the two black dogs, and there's some weird stuff in here where I just don't understand why add this in the book at all. But they just ask her, like, are you a witch? And she just says, fuck no, why would I be a fucking witch? Are you fucking crazy? Are you dumb? But she is a witch, so I don't know why.
No, dear, I'm a librarian. Actually, I think maybe they're just. You're a witch. No, dear, I'm a librarian. I think she's fucking with him.
I know, but it's just kind of weird, and they spend way too much time on that specifically. Miss Parse starts to explain how the book that she gave them is a book that teaches rebellion and how to change the world, and that she's going to let them learn how to actually use the book But the price is their eternal loyalty and obedience.
And then our character Holly speaks for the first time at the very end of the book as they're yelling at Miss Parse.
This is the first time.
This broke my heart.
Yeah, this broke my heart too. This is. Yeah.
It's the Holly says, you have to help me. I'm having God's baby. And she's like this 11-year-old girl. She's like this baby.
She's very young.
She is so small. And going into chapter 14. No jokes.
Chapter 14. This is, you can't joke about.
We will
this.
not. There are no jokes
horrific.
About this. Basically, Holly's pastor, Reverend Jerry, sexually assaults her.
And it was facilitated by
Holly's parents.
Holly's family.
Yep.
Yeah, her parents are Christian fanatics, and they basically give her away to be raped. And dude, this is insane.
I think the narrative impetus and moment where I think Fern specifically is like, I need to do whatever I can for Holly. Like, this is the moment.
All of them immediately say, we have to do something about this, because even worse than that, in an earlier chapter when they're pondering like, oh, who's gonna adopt my baby once I go into labor, and somebody mentions that Holly has a reverend that is going to be adopting her baby. And that is the reverend that raped her.
And Holly does not want the reverend to have a child that he can have access to at all times.
Obviously not. And it's very clear that that's why the reverend wants the child. And that is what pushes the girls to actually become initiates.
Speaking of levity, once we get through that, the next scene in this chapter is the ritual for them to ascend to witchhood, and I fucking love that it's really just
the witch's sixpence.
You have to take something of man's and twist it, and so to their chant during the ritual is the Lord's Prayer in Pig Latin.
I know, backwards and in Pig Latin, and you know what's actually fucking crazy? Zinnia does that. Like, without thinking, she's just like, oh, I know how to do that.
She's so fucking smart.
Why the fuck would you know that? What the fuck?
What else are you going to do in the 70s? You don't have cell phone. You don't have TikTok. No podcast.
I guess when you're so fucking bored, you're just going to be like, oh, yeah, I know that.
Yeah, it's
I'm just going to learn how to do that. The fucking Pig
Amen,
Latin.
yea, every yea, and yea, or ever fay. Or a glay, F-A and yea, our pay, F-yea and yea.
This is when we get proper witchcraft happening. We get the cardinals with the elements.
They make sure to mention Miss Parse's gray bush. Everybody gets naked.
Yeah, they do. They do. Everybody naked. Everybody hands in the air. They start chanting, and it's a ritual, man. Have you ever seen The Craft?
No.
There are a lot of connections between the movie The Craft and this book. And this is when it started for me, where I was like, oh shit, this is basically The Craft with pregnant girls. The Craft is a movie from 96 about 4 teenage girls that learn witchcraft to basically get revenge on the people that wrong them. And it is so similar that even the ritual, how the ritual is described in this book with the cardinal directions and the elements, everything. I'm going to send a picture to you, but it is literally, minus the nudity, literally the same ritual from the movie. And I'm kind of curious if it's just one of those like, oh, this is just
bitches in a circle with fire is witchcraft. That's just one of those witchcraft tropes. You got ladies in a circle with fire.
I know, but it's more specific than that. It's more specific than that because of the cardinal directions, the elements, and all that
is all staples of witchcraft. So trust me.
I was kind of curious if it was a thing that is just wide knowledge. Okay.
Witches is either I'm green and I'm going to kill you, or welcome to the fire. It's time for me to speak to the elements. Earth, wind, fire, and air. We're the Hex Girls. We don't care. I like witches when they're green and pissed. To be fair, I prefer it when witches are green, pissed, and have a bubbling cauldron. That's my favorite kind of witch.
Real. And into chapter 15. They wake up the next morning in they don't even have time to actually sleep or anything, and they just get back and immediately go to breakfast. Miss Wellwood knows about some girls having snuck out during the night, and Fern goes back to the book because she's very curious about it, and she realizes that the lady on the cover is actually a young Miss Parse, and as she notices it, she opens the book and realizes that there's a new page. There's a glossary so that they can learn what the words that they couldn't understand actually are.
Yeah, chapter 15 is one where kind of nothing happens. It's literally just they go back, they look at the book. The book has changed, and then it's a lot of farting about.
Chapter 16 is when you actually get Fern starts reading, and the book actually changes, materializes new pages and spells, and explains those spells in greater detail so that she can actually replicate them with what she has.
And Zinnia's out, by the way. Like, Zinnia just is, I'm done. I don't want any part of this. Fuck witchcraft. I'm out. Bye.
Zinnia realizes what the fuck they just did. She realizes that it's against her, it's against everything she wants to do. She doesn't want to get revenge or with like witchcraft. She's out. This is when the bookmobile comes back.
I know, it comes back on June 29th, my birthday.
Yay!
My birthday is in the book.
It comes back, and she has a bunch of questions about what spells. She asks Miss Parse, like, hey, what spells can I use to actually fucking do something and get revenge on the people that have wronged us? And all she says is, I'll send Decima to fetch you. And you don't get it yet, but Decima is the one of the dogs.
Yeah.
One of the black dogs.
Into my favorite scene in the book. My favorite fucking scene in the book so far is they're playing a card game. And this motherfucker, Dr. Vincent, he be spewing for days. And it is Rose and Fern.
It's all of them. Zinnia is also there. She accepts. She says she'll play the game as long as nobody says anything about witchcraft.
Yep. They are playing a card game, and it's Holly and Zinnia, Rose and Fern, the coven kind of now at this point, playing a card game. Every single like line is interspersed with them growing more powerful and fucking with Dr. Vincent, whereas Holly put down a 10 of diamonds, text, Zinnia put down a 3 of diamonds. They're blowing up Diane and Vincent because they're trying to take Rose away early.
You're going into labor. You're gonna go into labor, even though there's no actual proof that she's gonna go into labor. If anything, it's just because they want to get rid of her so that, like, before the 4th of July celebrations.
And I love this moment of power that they hold over Vincent and Diane, because this is the part where you learn that Diane really sucks. When they fucking like snap, when Vincent and Diane just snap and then stab Rose with a needle, drug her, and drag her away.
Diane does lose her shit and goes into some insane manipulation. Before that, though, Diane gets under Rose's skin. I can't remember exactly how.
Oh, it's by knowing personal details, because she's like the on-site therapist. Everybody tells her like details about like what's going on.
Yeah.
So it's like I know what that Sinclair boy did to you, Diane said, and the name was like she'd slapped Rose across the face. I know it made you feel small that he threw you over for a check, and I know that the person you're really angry with is yourself, because now you have to face the consequences of your actions.
Yeah, incredibly fucking dark, incredibly awful shit.
They're trying to make her mad so that she goes into labor.
Yeah, this is when she actually goes into labor. She starts freaking out and saying, no, I don't want to go to the hospital. I don't want to go to the hospital. I have control over my body. And they drug her.
Well, they basically enrage her so that she goes into labor. Like, it's fucking evil the way Diane just is like, I'm going to use every personal detail about you to piss you off to the point where your body is in stress, and then the stress sends you into labor.
Right into chapter 15.
Chapter 17. We are 17, at 33 weeks now. Yeah, this book is it's a big one. There's a lot of things happening, and it's hard to know. Up until around this point, like, it was kind of hard to know what we needed to talk about, but it's even every little side character. It's like they keep coming back up. You got to know at least a good 60% of these girls, and then 40% of them, they just they're gone. They went off to the house. They went off to the big baby house and had their baby. Yeah, this is them. They talk about like Rose, being away, being taken by.
But yeah, a lot of the girls, after seeing Rose displaying control over her body and autonomy, it kind of makes a lot of the girls go like, Rose is fucking Rose. Rose is a fucking powerful girl. She can do anything she puts her mind to. She's going to have that baby, and she is going to keep that baby, and we're going to get to see Blossom super soon whenever she comes back from the hospital.
And goes to the barn.
And that's when Nurse Kent smuggles Rose in the barn, and Holly and Fern find a way into the barn. And that's when we learn that, I mean, it was pretty obvious that that's what happened, but Rose's daughter was taken away by incredibly manipulative ways.
Yeah, they literally walked her down to a locked ward, showed her somebody in the locked ward and said there was a girl. They showed her a woman who was kept in she was like 40 years old, and they said, if you do not give us the baby, you will be like this 40-year-old woman. She was brought here when she was 18. We will keep you in here forever if you do not give us the baby.
You're not thinking straight, and if you decide to keep the baby or not sign the papers, I think that's what happens is she doesn't want to sign the papers. If she decides not to sign the papers, they're going to find another legal loophole to be like, she's unfit to be a parent. She's in hysterics and we're taking your baby.
Mm-hmm. Manipulating Rose into giving away her baby because they're evil ass doctors. And God, I fucking hate Diane. I am so excited for the second part of this
Diane
book
is
because cannot fucking wait to see her get Diane, her goddamn comeuppance.
Oh my God, Diane! It's getting set up so that she gets the worst of it, and I cannot fucking wait.
I can't wait for them to point at Diane and yell, "Explode!"
Dude, just explode her. She sucks.
Blow her
She's
up.
The worst person in there. She's the most evil person there because she's. I just hate her, man. She's just awful. Monster. And that's when they decide to go into the woods again.
Oh, they meet the hippies. So throughout the book, they talk about these hippies, the bippies and hippies. And so the bippy hippies,
scary hippies into the woods.
It's like, oh, they're hippies living in the woods around the home in the area. Oh, they're eating people. Oh, they're fucking, they're drinking the well water out of the Wellworth hole. And
I just real quick, I love this part right here. They help Rose escape the barn, and they go to Decima the black dog that is still waiting for them outside of the woods, even though it's been at this point months, I'm pretty sure. And Rose immediately goes up to the dog and goes, "Giddy up, little doggy, take me to your leader."
Rose's character is so.
Rose, what are you?
I don't know. Are you a hippie? Are you like a fucking transatlantic 1920s bootlegger? Are you a cowboy?
Either way, they go into the woods. And that's when they appear in front of the hippies. And the hippies are pissed. They have guns.
That's right. Into chapter 18, where Fern thought about the Manson family. She thought about the Zodiac killers. She thought about Richard Speck.
That's when they find the Miss Parse's coven. They go to see Miss Parse. Miss Parse explains that she can help Rose with her revenge, but she will not tell Fern about the plans for the revenge. So that's when we get a bit more characterization for the coven, because she goes back to talk with them, and we learn that a witch is never truly alone because the witches can hear the voices of their witch's line.
Everyone who was a witch in your family line, their soul gets infused with yours.
I don't think it's about the family line even. I think it's just a witch's line is like whoever was in the coven is family. Do you get what I mean?
No, I think it's specifically mother. I think they passed it down. It's about motherhood and pregnancy, dude. I think it's specifically about the mother.
They do talk a lot about motherhood and blood relatives and stuff like that. A witch is never truly alone. That's how the chapter ends.
No. Here's the line specifically, because they talk about Mags. One of the characters in the coven, Mags, is this old woman covered in dirt, and because of the way her mother died, she's kind of driven insane by it. Her mother was burned alive. But this chapter,
she relives her mother burning
to
alive.
death. Yeah, because they talk about it here. where Dolores says, Mags was born at the end of the last century, at best we can tell. She's one of the lucky ones. Her mother lives inside her, and her mother's mother, and her mother's mother's mother, going back before the burning times. She carries a line of the Sibyl in her head and her heart, preserving their collective memories until she one day passes them on. But all those voices, memories make her confused sometimes. For most of us, it can be quite lovely, because as a witch, it goes from mother to daughter to mother to daughter to mother to daughter. Like, the memories get passed on. So it's essentially like Star Trek reference.
Oh, fuck.
Like the Trill.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
In the Trill, the Trill are symbiotic with a symbiote. It's a little worm that goes inside of them that absorbs their memories, and then it's passed on to another Trill. The worm is passed on with those memories into a new person.
Oh.
And so it is a lineage of memory, where they talk about it a little bit here and there. Like, one of the characters in the Coven carries the line of Diana. I mean, we didn't talk about the Coven a lot. Like, the Coven is really, they're probably more important later in the book. It's really just introducing them.
Yeah, I mean, right now they're just...
Here, you know how they introduced a lot of characters? Here's 7 more characters.
And we go right into chapter 19, the ritual curse for Rose's revenge.
Yeah, Rose is given like all of the instructions for the curse. Fern is not, because Fern does not have the heart for revenge.
No.
Parse thinks, of course. So Rose is very much given, here is you have to give blood, you have to give life, you have to nail and hurt yourself, you have to give pain. Yeah. Magic.
Oh, man, it sounds painful for sure.
Yeah, she pushes a blade under her fingernail and rips it off.
Just rips it off, and very excruciating detail. Book does not shy away about how fucking nasty it is and how gory it is.
Love this line. Can I say, when they're yelling their magic, I fucking love this line because it is such a Grady Hendrix thing to fucking do, and it's so fucking stupid that I made sure I highlighted it, circled it, wrote it down. They're all saying magic things at the end of the ritual after they've paid the pain price for the revenge spell against Wellworth.
Yeah.
She turned to Holly. Now we will be free. Evo. Holly had forgotten her lines, but not Fern. She never forgot a line. She caught Holly's eye and said, Leo, Vio, Vio, Vio. And Holly prompted,
oh my
back,
God.
Fern stepped right, pushing Rose in front of her, and Holly joined, saying,
AUA.
Moon-based alpha, so it's just AU. A-E-I-O-U.
I will mention, this is, I listened to this at the gym. So I was listening to the audiobook, and during the audiobook, the lady reading it just went fucking insane and started going, AU, vo, 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 vo. And I was like, dude, what am I listening to right now? A ball,
Moon-based alpha. Do you remember the Moon-based alpha videos? AU, 999. This is how it's fucking Moon-based alpha
witches. It's actually written like that. It is written like that. But
John Madden, AU.
It works because they be flying, bro. They go in. I can't tell
They're
if it's
going to the fucking moon, Billy, because he watched the Moon-based alpha video.
They're going into the fucking moon. They go into the moon and they meet a giant creature, and the creature opens its eyes.
They genuinely go to fucking moon.
They go to moon, Brendan.
They say AU at the moon. It's in a book.
AU
999.
They wake up the next day. They're all totally fucked up on the beach where they were, not the beach, the river. And they feel that everything is different now since what happened the night before. And that's when Rose mentions that it is time to poison Miss Wellwood. She's going to poison her coffee half today, another half at a later date.
Yep. Got to put half in now and half in later so that Wellworth gets the full brunt of the spell.
And it leads us into chapter 20. Rose leaves the house. Her parents come get her. And as she leaves, she goes to Fern and says, make her pay.
Fingers and legs, fingers and legs.
Fingers and legs. Zinnia is pissed. She's like, guys, please, you gotta stop fucking playing witch. This is getting really, you're playing with something you have no idea.
Oh, don't forget about Hagar saying, as they leave, Hagar said, you want me to snatch you bald? Get back to work.
Bruh, what are we talking about anymore?
Yeah, Fern figures out she has a boy. Rose is gone now. Zinnia is starting to be like, hey, guys, for real though, I don't want to be part of this witch stuff.
It's not even about her being part of it. It's more about the fact that she's like, I don't want you guys to be part of it because you're also including a literal child into this.
Well, because I think you look at the Coven, and I think this will come up later. I have not read beyond what we have read. I do not know for sure.
Me neither.
But one part that comes up consistently once they start doing the witchcraft here at the end of our part 1 is Fern is all for Holly, 100% for Holly. However, Zinnia and Rose is doing it more for selfish reasons, like
It's
the witchcraft.
revenge,
Like it's still, oh, I'm doing it for Holly, but that's not her main reason for getting the witchcraft. Fern's main reason for getting into witchcraft, for giving up and making this pact with Satan, is for 100% for Holly first. Like, she is Holly first. Zinnia is just kind of along for the ride, like, yeah, for Holly, but she's not fully committed. Rose is more selfish. Holly is Holly, you know, she's baby, she doesn't understand, and so Fern is like, I am your protector.
She's a child. She doesn't understand what she's doing.
Did also make sure to highlight that when Fern is thinking about her little boy, she started calling him Charlie Brown because he had a big bald head and nobody wanted him.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks. Dude, she does it. She poisons Miss Wellwood.
Oh, don't forget, we introduced another girl. A girl comes to replace Rose. Add another character, another Willow.
Oh, Willow, I don't even think she's going to be important.
Oh, don't fuck! God, before they put the powder in, sorry, I'm reading more of the food descriptions while I'm perusing the book. It just, her frozen salad with cranberry and pineapple convinced Zinnia could see through her socks with X-ray vision. Onto Fern ate her deviled ham and spaghetti scramble while she watched Miss Wellwood eat her cottage cheese salad.
Insane, bro. What are we eating over here?
Yeah, Zinnia doesn't want Fern to do the double poison. Fern is going to do the double poison though. Fern is going to she puts the second dose in her coffee.
The chapter ends with Miss Wellwood starting to have some freakouts about a bunch of things. Specifically, she starts smelling rancid, rotten food out of somewhere.
She thinks all food is bad, and she starts feeling pain, and it's the revenge spell is full.
She doesn't show up at dinner because of a mysterious illness. And we end the chapter with Fern saying that she wants to go back to see Miss Parse to understand what the hell she did to Miss Wellwood. And that's where we stop for our part right now. That's where we stop.
We've stopped there, and then the second half, it'll probably be all gas, no brakes. Well, actually, I mean, the first part was a lot of gas, a lot of farting.
Yeah, it was very gassy. I think that where we're headed is going to be. I'm
curious how Hendrix ends this, because my experience so far is he ends all of his books with a giant batshit set piece, and that's
he always does a set piece, and I don't know if a set piece would work in this, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see if
Do you want a set piece?
I kind of want to see.
I kind of want a set piece.
I kind of want a big baby.
Sure.
I kind of want another kaiju set piece, like in How to Sell and How.
Oh my god, giant baby, dude! The fucking baby comes out and it's a giant attacking baby.
I will use my baby to destroy the home for pregnant women. I'm going to obliterate it.
God. I'm also curious what they're gonna do now that Rose is out of the picture. Is Rose gonna be able to is she gonna come back? I don't know, because we're halfway through the book. There is still half of a book here. And one of the main characters is now gone. So I don't know what's going to happen here. I feel like Zinnia is probably going to have way more to do in the following chapters.
Or she just leaves.
I don't know, man.
I'm done. I don't want
to. People go in and out in this book. And even the main characters go in and out. I guess we'll see. We just be speculating.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on which witchcraft for Wayward Girls so far, Billy?
I love it. I do. I like it a lot.
I think I like it. There are a lot of Gradyisms or a lot of Hendrixisms where it's a lot of simile and metaphor that is very strange. It'll make you double take and go like, wait a minute, what? Why does she look like office equipment? Why she built like a fax machine? That's always the thing with the books that we've been reading. I've realized there's always just fucking weird isms. It's I think it was a really, really bad in Remain for the
Remain was fucking awful.
I could catch a grenade for you. But yeah, we'll see how we feel about this. I don't think this was that stinky. I mean, it was stinky in the way that they were farting, I guess is the best way to say it.
So that I picked poorly. I want to apologize. I should have checked beforehand.
Yeah, we will make sure that the next tomb is delightfully more stinky, but this one still has time to stink.
Yeah, it has time. It could guess that's the thing, that this was all set up. We stopped at like the perfect time.
We stopped at when things are happening. It was
are
all
gonna go
set up.
insane.
And that is also a criticism I would like to say, especially after reading When the Wolf Comes Home, where the pacing is so slow. And I get it. I get it. I respect it and understand why.
Okay, I want to agree, but I can't, because I think that it's not like nothing's been happening. The paranormal aspect has been slow, but we've been getting a lot of proper true world horrors, and I'm not bored.
I just want to say I'm misogynist, so like I'm bored. I explode these women, blow them up. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Not enough women are exploding in my women getting pregnant and being sad book.
To be fair, I have a feeling that a woman will explode by the time this ends. Dude, Miss Wellwood is gonna explode.
It's a lot of setup, and the setup is there for a reason. It's supposed to, like, the first horror that you get is just the mutating bodies of these women, like how pregnancy is fucking scary and terrifying and how it changes your body. Like, they didn't even mention the scariest part of pregnancy that I think in the book, because I think I know more about pregnant women than Grady Hendrix does. Women's teeth get soft.
What?
Yeah, babies leach calcium from your bones, and so if you do not take calcium supplements, your teeth can get soft.
What?
Yeah, well, my wife knows about this because my wife is like, my sister was just pregnant recently, and one of her coworkers is pregnant. So she talks to me about like things that can happen to a woman when they're pregnant, and yeah, the babies leach. You got the umbilical cord, so babies leach like materia from your body, like in Final Fantasy.
Yeah, the teeth enamel doesn't develop properly during pregnancy for some women.
Yep,
You're
so
right.
you get soft teeth.
That's so interesting. Oh, the teeth start getting worn down and chip.
Yep, the baby is taking materia out of your body and need the baby energy to grow baby.
That's interesting. It makes sense, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. This is like another thing I thought about while I was reading this book, because I always think about it. We had a friend back in college who ended up getting pregnant. She did not know until she gave birth.
Girl, how?
She did not gain almost a single pound and gave birth to a healthy baby. Something that can just happen where some women just do not show. I think she had a slight bump and she thought it was just because she was drinking too many beers.
Oh,
so one day went into labor without knowing 100%, did not fucking know, and then just has the son now.
I mean, a healthy baby after all those beers.
After all them beers, the amount of beers, they were partying every night too. They just didn't fucking know. Baby's perfectly fine.
If you don't know, like, I mean, you can't blame the mother. If you can,
the baby was just, I didn't blame the baby. They were Solid Snake. They were the perfect hider.
How the fuck does that even happen? That is
Dude,
wild.
I once again, reiterating that we are dudes talking about a book about pregnant women. I do educate myself on women's health as much as I can, especially for my wife, because I want to know kind of what's going on. I want to have knowledge about this.
And I have literally zero knowledge because I'm a gay man. I don't think I've seen a vagina in
it's like earlier in the book when they talk about putting her in the stirrups. I'm like, that's a thing.
What's a stirrup?
So they fucking hook women's legs into the stirrups, spread their legs.
Oh, okay.
Like at the gynecologist.
No, I do know. I do know that because of the pit.
All I know about gynecology is that they're putting women in jigsaw traps.
Yeah.
And what about pap smears? Oh, figuring out, mammary scans. They have to fucking squeeze your boobs.
I know about pap smears, yeah.
They have to squish your boobs under 2 glass plates. They have to flatten your boobs to check them.
Why don't they do that with balls? Actually, they might. I don't know.
No, they just put a finger in your butt. Like, dudes, men's health is, I'm going to fondle your balls real quick, and I'm going to put 2 fingers in your butt to check the milker.
The what?
I gotta milk the glorbo inside of you, brother. I gotta see how it is. Your glorbo's fine, brother. Get out of here.
I'm learning so much about women.
Yeah, my wife talks to me a lot about women's health. So I am educated about. I'm probably more educated than any common man because my wife will not stop talking. She won't stop yapping about her vagina.
Women, am I right?
As a misogynist, it's really hard. But yeah, I would probably just first part. I would probably recommend the Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. For now,
it was a good read, and also it's not too long. It seems more daunting than it actually is.
Dense. It's a dense book.
It's dense, but go into it knowing that most of the characters don't matter because they'll just disappear. They'll just disappear in like one chapter.
Yeah, you will get 30 characters and maybe 3 of them will matter. So
they literally, I think, I can't remember, but I can't remember the chapter, but there is one chapter where they just said like, okay, yeah, so remember this girl from that chapter? Yeah, she's gone now. And then she's replaced with this girl who also left. And this girl left also. And now there's a new character and it's like, dude, what the fuck, man?
Well, yeah, because until it locks down the final 4, it's every character needs to be like set up. This character has this quirk. This character has this quirk.
Yeah.
And a lot of the like quirks are used for, I think there's like a list of jokes where it's like, oh, so-and-so likes books and loves partying all night.
She loves beer and she drinks multiple beer.
They should be drinking more beers than this. Less bippies, more beer.
Girls need beers.
Girls, you know what? I need a fucking a metal disc plate with like an AI generated pregnant silhouette on it that says pregnant girls need beers and bippies.
What the fuck are we talking about anymore?
You're gonna have to title this episode "Beers and Bippies," Billy.
Hey, you did so good reading all those pages on your own. I'm so proud of you for doing that. Unless you didn't and you just listened to us tell the story, or at least the vague story. Thank you so much for listening. This episode would not have been possible without the help from our patrons, such as Alan Diver, Artavagan, Avery Pascal, Boopaloo, Brain Soup, Brass, Cassandra Crash, Chipples, Chris Chapman, Dirt Eater 2713, Dubiology, DX Studios, Edward McMillan, Eric Scott Gillies, Ethereal, Frogsbite, Geef, Gudrion, Heretic Shark, I Love Waifus, Jack of All Korgs, Lomdaman, Lucavia, Moraine, Mr. Starchy, Mr. Shirt, Presta Husk, Rat Supreme, Rudolph Fluff, Sir Blorbo Blisterstaff, Sponge Guy, The Frost Ace, Toucan Farbin, Tyler Hall, Ulbert, Wake, and Woodstock. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next month for the finale of Grady Hendrix's Witchcraft for Wayward Girls.